Open letter to Crips, broadcast from Azad Hind Radio, Germany, March 31, 1942. Congress should not oppose participation of Indian troops in World War. That was the mission. And in return, what India will get? In return, they'll get more Indians to be included in Viceroy's Council. This was the mission, this was the proposal for which Sir Cripps was sent to India. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose thoroughly understood the British game plan, and that's why he sent this open letter to Cripps by broadcast from Germany. Dear Sir Stafford Cripps, the world has been told that you have undertaken a mission on behalf of the British Prime Minister and the Cabinet to go to India and try to save India from the British Empire for the British Empire. It is understandable that the present Prime Minister and the Cabinet should make use of you for this purpose. But it passes one's comprehension that you, Sir Stafford, should accept such a job. You are well aware of the reactionary character of the present cabinet. The presence of Labourites in it does not alter the real character. Having been forced to keep company with Labour Party for some years, you perhaps know more than anybody else how progressive that party is, and particularly on questions of dealing with India and other suppressed nations of the empire. You may perhaps say that your task is to bring about reconciliation between India and England, but your cabinet has made it perfectly clear that the offer to India is not one of independence but of dominion status within the empire. And further, the dominion status will be promulgated not immediately but at the end of the war. You have just declared in Delhi that your attitude towards India is the same as that of Churchill. We are grateful to you for such frankness, but you are not aware what the Indian people think of British promises. Are you not aware that the history of British rule in India is a history of broken pledges and unredeemed promises? And knowing as you do, the Indian National Congress stands for undiluted independence, is it not an insult to India that a man of your position and reputation should go out there with such an offer in his pocket? Another matter which has pained all patriotic Indians is that your program is to get in touch with the leaders of all possible parties in India, no matter whether they are representatives of masses or individuals. At the beginning of this war, British politicians talked very loudly of freedom and democracy. At the same time, they have been bolstering up the claims of minorities in order to exaggerate India's differences and thereby keep India under perpetual domination. The minorities problem is not something peculiar to India. It is to be found all over the world. If British politicians really believe in democracy, why don't they apply the democratic solution to India and solve the Indian problem?